Hello, welcome to the Let's Get Loud podcast. This is a solo podcast episode with a happy Friday. Cheers, everyone. I have my coffee. I don't know why I do that. I make my coffee before a podcast, but here I am. Okay, let's catch up. So last time, if you guys listened to my solo podcast episode on Friday, I was recording a bit early because I was on my way to Ontario for a little bit of like a women's leadership thing. So it was so good. It was 4 days, 3 sleeps. So basically we were there all day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now listen, I say we were all there, but traveling anywhere, I feel like from Moncton, New Brunswick is an extravaganza. Not a bad flight to Toronto, so easy, 2 hours. But we did have a little bit of a wait at the airport, and it was a 3-hour car ride. Anyways, it was amazing. It was so beautiful there. And like we had one day where we had a little bit of rain, but for the most part, it was really beautiful. We were on the docks. Some people went in the water. Anywho, it went really well. And I was sharing with you guys that I wanted to, make choices that aligned with my goals. And for the most part, I did all right. There was definitely some moments that I could have consumed less energy. Super interesting. And I was actually talking about this on the car ride with some of the girls I was with, and we were talking about almost like that, like fear of not having access to food, or like the not being in control. And I thought that was interesting that we were all kind of feeling the same way. So meals were provided, 3 meals a day. If I would have known what I know, listen, we stopped for snacks. I got chippies, chocolate, and some like pepperoni sticks. I didn't need that. There was 3 square meals a day, delicious, tons of fresh fruits and vegetables, and just really good food. It was, really good may be an exaggeration for camp, really good food. Amazing. Certainly wasn't hungry. Okay. But it was like I wanted to have food just in case, but then it's like, just in case what? Like, is that really rational? Anyways, that's something for me to kind of like explore. But then because I had the chips, I felt like I needed to eat the chips, and I didn't have room for the chips in my bag on the way home. So I already spent the money on the chips. So there was like some interesting things happening there. So I definitely could have passed on the chips, but you know what? That's how we learn. So next year when I go, I don't need chips. I'm saying this out loud. Someone remind me in 1 year. Definitely needed chocolate though. Always need chocolate. Finish every meal with chocolate. And there was also some meals that I for sure ate past hunger. I, for the most part, when I'm eating my meals, eat quite a small portion. Like I don't usually fill a dinner size plate. And so I just was. And when you have access to things in like a buffet type setting, sometimes it's more difficult to have a smaller portion. Doesn't mean it's not possible. Doesn't mean I wasn't the one in control. I'm not the victim of the buffet. Just saying. I did really well with overall general meals, but definitely there was a few like extra brownies that I didn't need. If I was at home, I wouldn't have 2 brownies, but they were so good. And even breakfast time, I found that like I wasn't hungry at breakfast, but because it was breakfast and we weren't eating till lunch, I was going to eat at breakfast. So it was just a little bit of a different plan. No big deal, no drama. Another thing too is I did bring wine. And I didn't need to. And this is me, I'm going to be really vulnerable. Over the last couple years, I've definitely started drinking less. I just, in general, am really prioritizing feeling good. And as I've gotten older, I've found alcohol impacts me in a more significant way. I often don't sleep if I drink alcohol, and it just can make me feel not great. And I had gone into the weekend thinking, I'm not going to drink. I don't need to drink. But then I was like, oh, other people are getting drinks. And it again, then I drank my wine because I had wine and it was delicious and I really enjoyed it, but I didn't need it. Like I could have eliminated, okay, wait, here's my reflection. I could have eliminated the chips and the wine and still had an incredible weekend experience, still felt satisfied, not felt deprived at all, and I would have consumed less energy. So that's kind of like where we're going with this. That's what we want for you guys. We want for you to find a way to consume less energy, and not feel deprived and feel like you've had an incredible experience. So that was a lesson for me. And I do find that as I am drinking less, it's like new, 5 years ago, I'd be like, of course I'm bringing wine. But now it's almost like I don't feel like I need it, but like that's new for me. So it's uncomfortable. That's the word, uncomfortable. It would have been uncomfortable for me to not bring wine, which might sound ridiculous, but also we're like in the woods, so if I don't bring it, I don't have it. So that was like a little bit of a life lesson for me. And I did find that last summer, but that was obviously going away for a weekend with a bunch of women is not something I practice every weekend, right? And so it's going to be next year until I can practice how that went for me, right? But weekends happen every weekend. Pool days happen often for me in the summer. So I get to practice that skill more frequently. So last summer, I was experimenting with drinking less. And I realized that like drinking around the pool with the kids and stuff wasn't worth it to me. And so it took like, okay, one time I was there, had a few drinks. I was like, meh, it wasn't worth it to me. Then I had the opportunity to experience what it would feel like soon after that experience and be like, do you know what? I'm just as satisfied, just as happy, had just a great of a time without it. So all this to say, I learned it was an experiment, an experience, and next time I can choose differently. So I was up a couple pounds on the scale when I got home, no drama, got back to life as normal, and I was back to my weight that I was before I left. But the goal is to not be back to the weight that I was before I left. The goal is to create a calorie deficit, right? And I've been slowly creeping away at it. So I've lost 6 pounds since I started, like, I would say probably in March when I got back from Mexico was when I started to like really kind of let's figure this out kind of thing. So it's not a lot, but it's down and I'm going to keep going. That's the secret, guys, to keep going. All right. So that was my experience with going away. It was amazing. You know what, guys? I want to share with you that I always feel guilt. I feel uncomfortable. I almost want to find a way out of it every time I'm going away. It's the unknown. I don't know what it's like there. I have a certain level of anxiety when it comes to leaving my kids and the unknown, but I push myself out of my comfort zone. And I am so glad that I did. Like last night, I was putting the girls to bed and I was like, hey, good night. Doesn't it feel like I've been home forever and I never left? Like when we're gone for 3 sleeps, it feels like so much, but it's so not. And it gives them an opportunity to experience, talk about growth. When does growth happen? Growth happens when you're pushed out of your comfort zone. When you're perfectly comfortable, no growth is happening. When you're a child, where are you most comfortable? Most children with their moms in their home, right? So me not being there for sure pushes my kids out of their comfort zone. But that's when growth happens. That's when they have the opportunity to have a different experience. Same thing for me. Growth happened this weekend, an opportunity for me to have different experiences. I'm also going to say out loud, and if you guys are going to be with me next year when I go, I'm going to need you to remind me of this. I don't know why, but I like really went in with this mindset of like, well, I'm not going in the water. I'm not going to jump off that thing. I'm not going to cold plunge. I don't know why I do that to myself. I just like take myself out of the equation. And you know what I realized when I got home? My friend Jillian said to me, I noticed you were doing a lot of videoing of these experiences, but not having them. And what I realized when I got home is like, I didn't even think about doing them. Why was I out right away? Like, why did I say like, nah, I'm not doing that? Why did I do that? I don't know. So next year I'm going to do it all. Oh my God, I just said it out loud. My friend Caitlin's going to make me do it. I'm going to cold plunge. I'm going to jump off the dock. I'm going to do things that make me feel uncomfortable. Okay, there we go. Said it out loud. But anyways, if you struggle to leave your kids, if you struggle to take time for you, because I prioritized resources, time, money, mental energy towards me, my own personal development, me. Okay. And it was really great. Everyone survived, and I'm so glad I did it. And now, literally within 24 hours, it's like you never left. You're back to the norm. You're back to the rat race. You're doing the laundry, you're doing the groceries, you're doing the cleaning. Boom. We all need and deserve a little bit of time away. So that was that weekend. Check. This weekend, we don't have a lot going on. Alfie has flag football. The girls have a birthday party. Just kind of putter around the house, which I love weekends like that, where we can just kind of chill, have some gardening to do in the backyard. I need to continue to clean out the kids' playroom because we're actually moving Alfie's room into the playroom. So I just want to kind of put my head down and get some stuff done this weekend, which is amazing. Anyways, and then we don't, so also because we don't have anything, what a great opportunity for me to create a calorie deficit this weekend. Why don't I report to you guys? I like this little reporting, how my weekend went because I have nothing going on. So I have put a grocery order in so that I could have access to foods that give me access to success, which is not a magical food. It's just foods that I like and I enjoy and that are easy and available and prepped for me. So I'm going to crush this weekend, show up like I want to, take advantage of the fact that I don't have anything going on this weekend. I want to hit that new low. I want to see that new number. I want to create some momentum in my weight loss journey. And how do I do that? With consistency. So I'm going to move my body. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to take my vitamins. I'm going to eat the foods that I've decided I'm going to eat. And I will see how it goes. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm feeling so much better. A little like health update for you guys, which always sounds so dramatic. So I have been struggling with some pain really for a little while. Foot, shoulder, hip. I think it's joint pain. My doctor is sending me there was definitely some tightness of muscles. I basically have realized that the back of my neck has muscles in it and they were really tense and they were pulling on other muscles, which was causing some nerve pain, which I'm still struggling with a little bit, but it's definitely better. I'm sleeping better. Oh my goodness. When you're not sleeping. Anyways, so I'm sleeping better, which is huge. I'm seeing a massage therapist on a consistent basis, which is really helping me right here. And so my doctor is sending me for blood tests to see if there's anything going on with arthritis. But I don't think it's arthritis because I don't have the symptoms of like when I wake up in the morning, I'm stiff. I don't have that. But who knows? I'm not a doctor. It is fun fact, or maybe not so fun fact, it's actually really common for women as they get into perimenopause, which I'm 42, turning 42 this year, which it's coming, that you start to get joint pain. So perhaps it's just a side effect of being old. And also, fun fact that I discovered, collagen can help with joint pain. So I've been taking collagen. I've been putting it in my smoothie. It's only just been a couple days, so it'll be a while before I can really see the effects. But it's definitely motivated me to be more consistent with my vitamins and my collagen, knowing that that could potentially help with this pain issue going on as we age. Oh, the fun things, eh? Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for always letting me be vulnerable and show up and talk at you guys and make it about me. And I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I'd love for you guys to send me a message if you have had any of those experiences. I've had a lot of people message me and say, oh my gosh, I started taking collagen. It helped with my joints. That would be, yes, please. I would like for that to be my story. Send me a message. And if there's anything you guys wanted me to talk about on next week's solo podcast episode, I'm here for it. Open book. All right. Have an amazing day and an amazing weekend, guys.